Here's my media collection, the 80s, maybe man cave if you want to call it, because I'm slowly starting to put up toys now. How can I grow a collection like this into something more um, with a limited space available? Um, you have to make another room. That's simple as that. Or if you're lucky enough, you can have it in a basement. But for me, I have it in an attic. So once the movies are full, that's it. You got to make another room. But adding better stuff, not just going to the donation store, finding 20, 30 Disney movies and calling that the monthly pickup. But like stuff I really want to have, better games, better music selection, better toys. For that to happen, my snacks need to be looking good, my dinner, and then if I find a good deal on eBay, these days people jack up shipping, 10, 20, 40 bucks. There are reasonable sellers out there, so you gotta wait. It's a waiting game for something, for a toy or for a game. Um, Simple little Nintendo games like 50 bucks now. People jack up shipping on it, you're paying 80 bucks. So uh, if I find a reasonable price on eBay and shipping, I'll get something for the collection, whether it's a game or if I want to get a toy or two. I'm not going to go into collecting a full toy line, but one or two toys out of a line, I want to get something started this year a little bit more. Get something from comics a little bit more. This year maybe get Superman near summertime maybe. Maybe I'll come back. I'm going to get one or two more Nintendo games. One or two more Super Nintendo games this year in the spring, and then I'll call it. CDs probably a couple more because I want to get some for Taylor Swift, maybe one or two for Dolly. See what I don't have yet, and then I'll call it. I'll put a cap on it. If you start selling your collection, your CDs off, I'm gonna pawn these on eBay, and I don't need my Dolly Parton collection anymore. I'm gonna put it on eBay, and you'll make money. But you can come back into it into a year, next year, add it in a movie or add it in something of hers that you did not have, and bring that spark back. That's what you need to have a good setup, a good display. Shelving is very important for a collection to grow properly. A lot of people go overboard with their collection and shelving. Some people want to just buy theirs and fine, but I would route of making them. So they're all a little bit different from each other, but was the cheapest way for me. So some people go overboard and put like light switches and all that on every single shelf, or they put diorama pictures. A lot of people do that with their toys, but you don't need to do that. Make sure you got enough money to balance things out, what you want. Shipping can get very expensive for certain toys like Transformers or something that I want to stir up. But I'll probably get one or two here and there for a toy, and boost the spark into collecting toys a little bit at a time. I'm gonna have to start collecting a whole line of toys now because I picked up Star Wars toys, so I'm gonna have to start collecting a whole line of Star Wars. If you want to do that, you can do that, but I don't like having just one thing. A little bit from that era, a little bit from wrestling, and that'd be nice to have on display. A little bit of Transformers on display, and I think that'll be good for this room. I removed all the dolls that were up here, so it's going to be a new start now. Probably going to take another good 2 years to really get some good stuff in here, because some of those games are getting a little bit expensive. They're no longer 20 bucks. You're adding shipping into it, it becomes a $40, $50 item. So even if they cap it at $30 for the game, there's still shipping. So and if they're charging you 40 bucks on shipping, then I have to wait for a reasonable seller that puts like 20 bucks on shipping. So or you'll get screwed. You'll just throw your money away. So you gotta really balance things out with eBay and what you want to have. Sometimes thrifting might have something to offer. I'll only go thrifting once or twice to get some VHS to fill up the bottom area here, but I'm not going to focus on that anymore. Might come back later on and buy some better titles I want for VHS. But I think this year I'm going to cap my CDs come spring. Once I get the two Taylor Swift I want. Um, Next year I might get one or two more. Come back, get something different for the collection. Um, but we'll see if I'll add in another CD here and there down the line. But I'm gonna cap it this year. Stay on games probably spring until summer. Get a couple there, then I'll cap it near the end of the summer, so I could do something a little bit different for the room. Maybe get a toy um, or something a little extra for Star Wars, uh, or come into my comic book characters for the other side. I want to build up comics on the other side. So if I get one or two toys near the end of the summer, I'll be okay. And then next year, I could rely on toys a little bit. Maybe get some wrestling coming in for here or something like that. Newer line probably. So I want to get Bianca. I want to get Jade, and the older lines don't have them, so they're the ones that got me back into wrestling. Otherwise, I'd be stuck watching stuff like Hulk Hogan matches, Roddy Piper matches, stuff like that, Undertaker matches. The new wrestlers, that's why I'll probably go into the new line. Then maybe I'll come back into older line like the rubber figures. I had a box of rubber figures when I was younger, but I lost them so in the other house. And pretty much it. This year I'm gonna cap the CDs probably in come spring. Picked up a couple more Taylor Swift, so I'm okay on her now. I'm gonna might come back once in a while to see if I can find something for Dolly Parton, or get a Pearl Jam live album. And then next year maybe something else from other bands. I'll come into Kiss, maybe Nirvana, maybe Metallica, Guns N' Roses. Put in a little something different. Added a couple of Kiss albums this year, so adding a few things different. Maybe a rap album. So then I'll shy away from my music. And if you start selling your stuff off, you'll get other stuff built up quicker, but you'll lose what you have. So I like to have it there, nicely tucked away. You don't have to look at it for a year or two. Come back later on. Still going to be there. You could rekindle that spark for CDs that you had a couple of years ago. So if you start getting rid of your CDs or your games, you're not going to have it anymore. You're just going to have a bunch of toys. And I know some people do that to build up their toy collection or build up their game collection. They get rid of whatever else they were collecting on. I like to have a little bit of everything in here, so it's not completely a movie room anymore. It's coming into like an 80s collection. So a little bit more space on this channel to talk privately my collection to you. Maybe later on I'll share you more stuff that I have. Wood is very expensive, shelving is very expensive, so make sure you get your shelving set up first, and then build your collection around that. So, or keep things piled up in boxes, but it's going to be hard for you down the line, going through boxes and boxes and boxes. And, it's not a nice way to display stuff, so I don't like keeping movies piled up in boxes, so I made shelving here. And I'm glad this room is finished. Started on my second room, so there's more control this year. If I get a good deal on eBay, I'll buy it if I'm after something. If not, I'll hold it off till next year. But make sure my food and snacks are good first. If I get a little bit extra, I'll put it to a better toy. I'll put it to a better game that I have on my list. So sometimes you have to be a little bit more on shipping. So, but there are good sellers. You just have to look for things more carefully. Maybe I'll come back into TV shows once in a while. They've been a big part of this collection, the TV shows. My Atari collection rebuilt over a couple of years. Had Atari ever since I was in childhood, maybe grade 8, grade school. Before high school, I had Atari. Had a lot of games back then. Don't have the games anymore from when I was a child, so I rebought all the ones I remember. And older cartridges are very expensive, so I'm glad I have so much in it. Thanks for watching.